Okay, here we are in Ubuntu, and we want to set up PyCharm for use with the course. First thing to do is to get Python. Well, Ubuntu comes with Python as standard, and if we type Python 3 minus capital V, that will tell you what version is installed. 3.12.7 is perfectly acceptable. The current version is 3.13.3, I think it is. But certainly this version will be adequate for the course. No problems. So the next step is to download the community edition of PyCharm, sorry. I'll click on the link. So you can download the tar.gz from here. You've got various other options for other operating systems. Or you can download using winget. So if I paste in the command, that will download the tar.gz into my home folder. So I shall do that straight away. And this will take a while. It's about 600, 700 meg, something like that. So I'll come back when it's done. Okay, that's completed, and you can see it's 790 meg. The next thing to do is to uncompress it, so I shall do that just by extracting. And I want to choose the home folder to extract that into. And that's now extracted into a new folder. I can delete that, do whatever I like with it, it's not a problem, it's just gone. So now we have PyCharm community installed into our own folder. If we go into the binary folder and we run pycharm.sh, that will set up some initial configuration. I shall run that now. Run as program. As I say, it does initial configurations, and you do get a warning here. It's not the best way to start PyCharm under normal circumstances. So you only need to do this the first time. So I shall close that now. The normal way to start PyCharm would be to run this command. You can obviously do it from the terminal as well if you wish, and you can add menu items. But for now, I'll just double click on that, and PyCharm starts. Okay, so we'll leave PyCharm running in the background and return to the instructions. If we head over to step 5, you can see that the page recognizes that PyCharm is running, and we can open the course in PyCharm. So if I click on that, we need to install the JetBrains Academy plugin. Click OK on that. So again, if we check in plugins installed, we can see the Academy is in there. So again, opening PyCharm, start the course, not close. If you want to, you can change the location of the course and which interpreter you want to use. But we'll just click start. So the project is downloaded and loads up. Takes a few seconds. This you have to agree to. If you don't tick that box, it won't work. You do not need to tick the AI box. Looks good. We have a description. Let's get rid of that. We have a description of the task at hand. You can see that we have a task and a solution file, and the task is open by default. And it's the same for all of the other days. You've got a main.py, for example, with to-dos and a description, which you can scroll through to get hints. Now, one thing to be aware of, when you run a file, if I click that, it will try and run the file. Okay, there's no code in there, so it just exits with code 0, which means that the code ran successfully with no errors. If I right-click on that file and select Run, it does the same thing, except the task is selected in the Run toolbar. So every time you click on Run, it will run that file. If you open a different file, say that one, and try to run that file, task is still selected, so it will still only run that first day's task, even though we are editing main.py. The quick solution to that is to open that and select current file. So now it will run whichever file you have active in the editor. So you can see down here it's trying to run a file. Let's turn on the word wrap, and we are successfully running day 7's task. I think that just about covers everything over the initial installation and getting going. So yeah, good luck with the course.